OMG, OMG. Welcome back to another
Hey,
episode. Y'all, I'm so freaking excited. Y'all don't understand. It is Tuesday. It's Uncommon Faith Night. I hope y'all ready for a banging episode. As my husband likes to say, a banger coming through for y'all tonight.
oh
Gina, how
yes.
you feeling, boo? How you feeling? How you feeling on this Tuesday?
Hey, it's a thankful Tuesday, and I'm just grateful and glad to be here. It's been a couple of weeks or so just excited to be back with the Uncommon Faith family and
Yes.
community. Yeah,
Yes, we missed y'all. We missed y'all. I miss being in the studio. Lisa, they got me spoiled, y'all, being in the studio. So I can't wait to get back to the studio too and to actually
indeed.
be able to see our guests face to face. But we're gonna rock it out in this virtual world. We're gonna rock it out. We don't complain, we just adjust, we pivot and make it do what it do, right? Oh, I'm excited. Okay.
Clearly, you are excited.
I blame this
Everyone
on
out there
Lisa.
watching us, I want you guys to like and subscribe. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share.
Yes, y'all do that if you're watching from our YouTube page, if you're watching from Facebook, if you're listening on one of our podcast platforms, whether it's iHeartRadio, Spotify, podcasts on from all my iOS people. Shout out to Apple, y'all. Don't be hating, Gina. I know you're an Android lover, but it's cool. You're the only sister out there who be still rocking their little Android, and y'all don't come for me in the chat, you little Android lovers.
And proud to, yes, repping
Y'all,
Android.
she won't get
Proud of
in.
it.
It's all good. But I gotta tell y'all what is in my cup today.
Please do, because it got you popping. Got your popping.
Girl. So I think we gotta start having a wine segment. Because now this is a disclaimer for all my saints. If wine is your thing that takes you to a drunkard state, that puts you in a compromised mindset,
Come
that
on.
causes you to think ungodly thoughts,
Come
then please
on.
don't partake.
Please don't.
But please don't you dare come for me,
Huh.
because wine is not my issue. I got a whole lot of other issues. Like this tongue,
Okay.
it's unruly, y'all. It's unruly. But don't come for me. If we talk about a little wine, it's all good. But if wine is
Indeed.
your thing, then baby, don't drink it. Don't
That's
drink it
right.
if drinking is your thing, that the enemy gonna take
Meaning
you out
it's
with.
your vice.
That's
Yes.
so nice. That's the word I was looking for, Gina.
Yes, the
I've been
thing that
talking all
grabs
day.
you. I
Right.
can tell you on a roll.
Hey, I
Yes.
had to get pumped up for today. I had to go do a little dance, had to go twerk a little bit. All right, let's get into the show. And guys, it's not the wine, guys. I literally just took 2 sips, and it's amazing. Our producer, she introduced us to this plum Japanese wine,
Oh,
and I've been tearing it up.
yes.
Not tearing it up. I'm not a drunkard. I don't drink every day, but
You got some?
I sure did, buddy. I sure
And
did.
did you get me a bottle?
I did not, but when I go
Wow.
back, I'm gonna get you one. And my other sisters, because y'all gotta try this. All right, y'all.
Bet.
So let's get into it. Uncommon Faith. So we got some amazing guests, y'all. I am
Amazing.
so freaking excited. So freaking excited about these guests. These guests are so near and dear to my heart. If you come for them,
You
I know
coming for me?
exactly. I'm gonna have to repent later. I'm gonna have to ask God for forgiveness later. I'm gonna have to go tarry in the closet later. But if you come for them, it's gonna be on and popping. Now, the first
Oh
sister I
my
want to
God.
introduce. Some of y'all have met her before, so I'm gonna bring her on first, y'all. Now, she's a mom. She's a wife, y'all. She's a mom of 3 beautiful, beautiful young queens out there. She is an actor, an actress. She has so many gifts and talents. I don't know what this unit is called that she wearing today, but I'm loving
Come
this retro
on.
look that she got going on.
Yes.
And she got them red lips popping, y'all. So without further ado, Deandra Virgil Scott, are you in the building, boo?
Come on in. Come on in the room. There she is. Hey, 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 hey.
We can't hear you, Deandra.
Can't
Are
hear
you on
you.
mute?
Uh-oh, here I go.
There she
Here I
is.
go.
Ain't that
Hey.
mystical? Ain't that a mystical song?
Yeah,
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 girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I love it.
I'm so excited to be back, and I can't wait for a great show.
Boom. All right, y'all get ready for this next one. Welcome to the party, Deandra. Now, this next guest, y'all, this is another one of our sisters. Y'all don't even know we had another sister. I be telling y'all, but y'all don't listen, man. We got another sister, y'all. She my sister for real.
For
This
real.
lady is absolutely amazing. She hails from NYC, but you know, she had texted now because she done been here for a few years, but you know, she ain't never gonna date. she's New York for life. New York for life, bro.
For life.
One son, one. So she is an amazing attorney, guys. She's just flat out amazing. She has a heart of gold. She's a wife. She's a dog mom. I know y'all done seen pictures on social media of Joey. Yeah, we posted your baby. Don't get
That's
mad.
my JoJo.
Don't get mad. We done posted your son online because she likes to keep a low online carbon footprint. I think that's how I said it, but she gonna correct me. So without further ado, Maritza Virgil, come to
In the
the
house. Hey, hey.
I'm from New York, y'all. I'm from New York. I got the accent and everything.
Yes.
period, son.
She like I'm a straight New Yorker.
I do love me some Texas, though. Come on.
I know, you know, we love you guys. But fun fact, our sister Maritza, she married our little brother. Some of y'all know him as Bubba. Some of y'all know him as Cliff. But she's our sister for real, and we love her dearly. She fits into the tribe very well, very well. So welcome to Uncommon Faith, Ritzy. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good with the weather. Weather's nice and all that.
I
No,
love it. I
I'm
love
on
it.
social media, so this is new. This is good.
We appreciate you
We
coming out
do.
here and sharing some good news with the Uncommon Faith family.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're gonna kick it right off. We're gonna go into our first segment, y'all. And you know, it's I know God is real because, and then we're gonna pivot into some Tabitha and Wendy stuff a little bit later. Y'all cool with that?
I'm so cool.
All right. Feeling it.
All
Okay,
right,
so Ritzy.
yeah.
Yes.
Maritza, this is your first time on the show, so you get the honor of doing our segment of I Know God is Real Because, and you just fill in the blank. So all of us have shared different stories, and I know you are a faithful watcher of the show, so you know how it goes, and we know you got plenty of stories of how God has showed up and showed out in your life. But we want you to share one of those stories with us on how you know God is real.
There's so many stories. I know God is real. I had a real near-death experience in my life. I had a car accident, and God pulled me from that, right? And that's a whole nother story in itself. But everyone knows when you're going to professional, you take a professional test. You're doubting yourself whether you should continue on that road, and is this your purpose, right? I'm so big on purpose. That's the major thing that I've ever gotten before I was 15 was, what's your purpose? And being a lawyer is my purpose. And I had a lot of obstacles in becoming a lawyer. Being a person of color, being and socioeconomic status, etc. And God is so faithful. I mean, so faithful in terms of just keeping your mind intact, keeping away depression, keeping away fears, keeping away suicidal thoughts, right? Just keeping your mind intact is so faithful of him. And then also to giving me a family that supports me, that has the income to support me. I mean, how many go through this professional and they have to take a test and they have to pay this bar license fee, and God just always is pouring in the money that I'll continue to give, I'll work for free. It doesn't matter to me, because when he looks at my books, he's like, Maritza, yeah, like always, always, always. It's never no, it doesn't matter like what's going on in my life. So faithful, so faithful.
That's good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Wow, that's so major. Now, Leandra, I'm gonna pivot to you because I know you only shared once. So, I know you got another one. How do you know God is real?
Okay, I know God is real because I am in the process of living my dreams out. I just looked at a film that I did that I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the character. It's on my social media if y'all want to look at it. Tunnel Vision Dreams, and the link is in my bio. You know, it's just all these things that I've been praying for and I wanted, and they're just coming. They're coming into fruition, and I love it. And I'm just gonna continue to be steady with it, and just know good things will still come out of it. You know, if I just stay humble and stay prayerful, and just know that he's making the steps in the path for me to be successful and have a really good career and journey. I don't know any actors or actresses in our family. I really haven't grown up around any, but it's something.
I mean, well, you know, I was in one act play, and Gina was in one act play too. I mean, so you know, I mean,
winning.
Okay, yes.
You know, we do win awards,
winning.
Forgive
but
me.
you know, I know
let's not forget those church plays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hallelujah.
Let's not forget those church plays.
And don't forget, you know, we didn't direct the church plays. So
yes.
And hold up, and producers too, because we put that thing together. So
we're all like super talented in so many different ways, and I can't wait for each of us to be able to just show that. Just show all the avenues that we're good at. And I can't wait for just these doors to open where we all can pour into each other and we can show the different sides of us, even with this platform that you started with Flower and Regina, and, you know, just being able to have a way to get it out there is beautiful. So I can't wait for more things to continue to happen.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm going to share a little something. What you say, Didi?
Oh, no, my daughter's tapping me right now. And I'm telling her I'm live.
Kaylee, go sit down.
Talk right now. Yeah, so,
you know, Kaylee, we all remember the dance.
Definitely.
We all remember the dance, and we know Kaylee is going to get in. She going to get her time.
I'm trying to not show it, but you know, she was going in on me just now.
All right, Gina, what you got?
Now I was just gonna give y'all a quick little snippet that I know God is real because your girl is down 10 pounds.
Hey!
Yes. We've been talking about this journey. Now, what you been doing, girl? We know you was up there CrossFitting.
What you
Oh
doing?
my. Look, let me tell y'all something. This CrossFit, you got to be a real one, okay, to stick with this CrossFit. Because last week, they didn't see me, understand? Because the week before that, I went to one workout that had me where I could barely move the rest of the week. And I was like, okay, you know what? I can't give up. I got to keep going. So I went back up in there yesterday. And I told him I couldn't make it today though. We're gonna try again tomorrow. But
did they tell you welcome back?
Oh, Regina, it's so good to see you. You know, I get a text message. Regina, we miss you. When are you coming? I said, look, I'm a little sore right now, so y'all not gonna see me. But honestly, I'm really glad I did it. You know, Corey and I are doing it together. I'm only down 10, but this dude is down like 25 pounds or something. You know, men lose weight so much easier than we do. And so, but you know, he killing the game with it. He do CrossFit, come home and do another hour on this machine. So
now, brother Corey, he goes
In that
in
Olympic
on the
court.
workout. So I'm sure with CrossFit, he's probably like doing his thing in there because he works out so much already.
yeah.
So
Right,
I'm like,
right.
enjoying himself.
Yeah.
Well, first,
And
so
so
what's
along with that, I'm also, you know,
Go
adjusting
ahead.
the eating habits and doing Noom and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yo, Gina.
I'm gonna be like you one day. I'm gonna be like you one day. But y'all, since everybody's sharing, I guess I need to show me your testimonies. Y'all remember that song? Look at me. I'm a testimony.
I didn't make it on my own. I'm not standing.
Here all alone.
I can't with y'all. Y'all remember
This
that song?
is how it is at karaoke. All y'all singing and my
was my
on
one
that
little
stuff being like, it's the beat. I'm a rap on it.
Yeah, ready to
rap. Y'all sing, and I'll rap on it.
Y'all so gross. All right, y'all. Well, this is what it was. So my testimony for this week is the Lord brought me through my first SOS from one of my adult children. I knew it would come soon. Well, I knew it would be coming, but I didn't know it would be coming in the middle of a date night with my boo thing.
Oh.
Now y'all know we got these two grown adults, right? These two adult children. And you know, when we got the SOS, my heart kind of stopped. I'm like, is it a car accident? Is it? And she gonna hurt me for saying this, but I laughed in her face when it happened. I called some of y'all, and y'all saw me laugh in her face when it happened. So me and Marcus were out for dinner, and we get this. Our phones start blowing up, and of course, I'm thinking it's the worst. I'm like, why she keep calling? She's sending messages. She calls us the parentals, y'all. She's sending messages, parentals with exclamations. I'm like, oh Jesus, what's going on? Then she calls Nana. She calls grandmother. I called my mom. She's like, what's going on? She's like, call your daughter immediately. Call your daughter. I'm like, you don't ever talk to me like this. Call your daughter. So Marcus ends up calling her, and she's just like, she calls Marcus Pops. She's like, Pops, the car is gone. They towed my car. So it's not, I shouldn't laugh at her, y'all, but I'm just
don't come for my niece like that.
I'm grateful I survived my first SOS because it could have been much different. You know, I thought it'd be an accident. I thought somebody would have been in jail. You know, I got to tell them one time I went to jail. Oh, you just got to make them feel good. But
God was being jail.
Yeah, I'd have been to jail. You know, I'm not proud of my past, but I'm not ashamed of it either.
I said, God was in jail for the little ones. Can you just imagine? They don't even know numbers by heart.
No, they don't know.
They don't.
So y'all,
they get one call and they can't even use it. Only number they know is maybe 911.
That's it.
911 can't help you.
That's it.
That's it. So y'all, we get to her. So me and Marcus, we leave our date or whatever. We get to her. She's like in the Montrose area, like right before downtown. I don't know if that's Uptown or Montrose, like Upper Kirby area. She's like over there by the Spur. So we get there, it started raining, and she come walking with her head all down, all sad and stuff. But you know, and I'm just like, should I laugh now or laugh later? So I held it in. I was like, because you know, for them, it's an emergency. I think most of us have had our car towed, right?
No, and disclaimer.
I haven't.
At least you waited, because we know that for one on the line, there wouldn't have been a question of do I laugh now or do I laugh later?
He would have laughed at the very first time.
Yeah, you.
So we driving. I'm like, Deja, what's the address? What's the address, baby? So Marcus is like, it better not be on 45. Like, it better not be far, you know, because that's what he's thinking. Like, you didn't ruin my date night. And you know, I've been working so much, so we ain't had no date night. But
And we know how he is.
Tell him what you had. It was good.
Y'all, Didi, I can't even think. I can't. Ooh.
You gotta tell them how good it is.
Guys, date night. If you don't eat meat, or if you don't want to eat a lot of red meat, if you go to Beck's Prime, you can get the ahi tuna, medium well, with cheddar cheese, grilled onions, and a spliggity splash of barbecue sauce, and you will be asking God, "Is this brisket?"
Yes.
Now, Deandra, side note, real quick, tell me why your boy went back the next day. I was like,
why you went back? Oh my goodness! Look, yes. It's not good. I can tell y'all, we went out for our anniversary, and that was like our anniversary dinner one night. Was that tuna sandwich from Beck's Prime?
It's amazing. It's amazing, y'all.
So good, and like it's like I haven't eaten like red meat. I've been a pescatarian like for over 10 years, and when I tell you, it feels like you're eating brisket, like a barbecue sandwich. And if you like pickles, add pickles to it.
Oh yeah, you know I added pickles.
Oh my God, it's delicious.
It is amazing. It's amazing. So y'all put in the comments if y'all ever been to Beck's Prime, and I want y'all to put in the comments if you guys have ever gotten an SOS from one of your adult children. All right. So y'all, Deja in the car. Now she had somebody with her. Not gonna put her business all out in the street, but she wasn't. It's bad when you're out with somebody and your car gets towed. Okay, and so both of them get into the car. So her and the person that she was with get into the car, and me and Marcus, all right, just looking. We quiet because we trying to see how she gonna, you know, what she gonna react. So we get to the toll to the toll place, y'all. And this girl says it looks a little scary because you know it's dark. It's like these huge tin walls, and they got a little window with a little, you know, with the little bars, and then the big old price tag. I was like, "Yep, this is about right." And she's like,
"Clearly, I've been to the junkyard with our daddy." All right,
no. So she's like, "It looks so scary." So I went in there. I'm like, "Go ahead and get out," and I'm like. But before I told her to get out, y'all, I was like, how much they gonna charge you? I was like, do they take credit cards? I'm not paying for this. This is why we set you up. This is why you have a credit card for emergencies, right? And so she's like, yeah, it's gonna be about $220. I was like, okay, just get ready to pay a little bit more because I'm pretty sure they didn't add it on some extra to that. So I tell her and Marcus to get out because of course the car's in Marcus's name, so he's the one that had to go up to the window. So the lady was so rude, you know, classic tow truck, you know, receptionist. She was like, "You move, sir, you move up." Like she told me to get out the way. Told Marcus to move up. And it was actually almost $260. And it had been less than 2 hours.
Oh
and
my gosh.
The drive was like 12 minutes. It was a 12-minute drive. 206. I was like, baby, that was your whole paycheck. And I'm just laughing. Like, baby, it was worth
really, Flower?
Why you had to do it like that?
Yeah, then I just started laughing at her because I'm like, come on. And I told him my thing is I would rather pay to park than to get towed because you know out there in that area parking is bananas. So, but yeah, thank Lord that's my testimony for this week. I survived the first SOS from an adult child, from the girl. Now I'm just waiting on the boy to see how the fuck gonna bring us through. Hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, guys. Now let's get a little bit more. Ritzy, you mentioned purpose earlier. All right. So for those who don't know, or those who are still looking for purpose, describe what is purpose like? How do you know when you found that purpose? What did that look like for you? And most importantly, what did that feel like for you spiritually and internally?
Actually, I had a really good mentor that kind of like led me on that path. So I've been going to church for a really long time, and I've been in and out of churches, right? Looking for that perfect fit. And me and my mentor basically went to my home church in New York Shout out to Central Baptist. And Shannon, my mentor, put me on, Who Moved My Cheese, the book Who Moved My Cheese, The Alchemist, right? Yeah, just about, when something just can't throw you off this one thing. It's such it's so going back that far in your teenage years is hard, but I just knew that I thought originally I was going to play basketball my whole life and go to WNBA and be a New Yorker and listen to 50 Cent and be dunking on people. But I knew I wanted to help people. And growing up where I came from, it's a lot of single mothers. It's a lot of, a lot of people who come to this country and just really need help, or in this country, they've been born here, they've been raised here, and they need help. And so my family, they're immigrants. Shout out Jamaica, El Salvador, Puerto Rico in there. And so, they come to this country and they just need help. And my mother is a social worker and her helping people. And I said to myself, okay, well, I'm going to shadow a lawyer. And I had the blessing, right? Like, that's just God. He's going to put mentors into your life without you even asking for them. And when you question, is it supposed to be this easy? Yes, it's supposed to be that easy. And so he put mentors into my life, like, okay, shadow this lawyer. What do you think about it? And I would see what the social worker would do, what my mother was doing, and then what the lawyer was doing. And I was like, oh yeah, when you're a social worker, you can take the case pretty far, and then you have to pass it on to someone. I want to see it the entire way. And so when I looked at that lawyer, I just said, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to be in the room, making that decision, changing that person's life. And then if I do have to hand it off, I know that pretty much those decisions were made like under me. And you got to be a person of integrity to kind of do that, make sure you're making the right decisions. And so that's just been my purpose. It's been hard. I'm not saying it's not hard to go through those challenges, but it's been a lot easier since I'm on the right road. And so just meditating and journaling, all the things they do in Sunday school that we think are so corny sometimes, that's where God gives you the foreshadowing of what your life is going to be. And then it's your job to pray on it and continue to fast on it, which I'm not good at. I'm the flowers is better at fasting. But it's your job to kind of toil over that idea over and over and over again and visualize it, and then let all your ancestors, living or unliving, pray for you to direct you through. So that's it.
My. What you got, Gina?
I was just that's good stuff. And I think the key to what you said and knowing and finding your purpose was that you had a mentor. And I think it's so important to have that person in our lives that's kind of been where we're trying to go, and to help, kind of lead and direct us and give us that information and knowledge that we wouldn't normally get in our path, right? So, different mentoring groups and things like that. I actually, enjoy mentoring right through church and also at work and stuff. And I have to give a shout out to my mentors as well, because when you said that, it was just like thinking, you know what, man, mentors are really important. They really are.
They're so key. So guys, this is for everybody. It's open. So when it comes to mentors, because it's like, I'm grateful for Ritzy that she found her mentor and her calling and her purpose so soon in life.
Early, yes.
So early in life. But how do we set next generation, other women who are, going around in this rat race, feeling like they're walking, like somebody's out there asking right now, it's like, what am I doing? Like, there has to be more to life than this. There has to be more to life to live in this life doing the same thing over and over again. So what advice can we give them when it comes to seeking a mentor and working with a mentor? Because I know for me, it was all about, hey, you get a mentor and it's all about you it's all about you giving and receiving. It's like you offer something like, hey, what can I help you with? No charge. Can I shadow you? Like, what do you need help with, so that I can just be in your presence and absorb some of that stuff and build that relationship with you. And then, you can feel open to pour into me. So what advice would you give someone? I know that's what I would give them. Like, don't expect anything in return. You go giving first, without expecting anything. So what about you guys?
Absolutely, I agree. I think when you're in that mentee role, I think it's your job to just be a sponge and just soak up as much as you possibly can, because you don't know how long you're going to have that person in your life, in that role in your life, right? And there's even times when we actually outgrow our mentors, if you can believe that, and that our paths go different ways. So it's like you might find that you have different mentors at different phases in your life, depending on where you're at and where you're headed. But it's definitely our job to soak up as much information as we can. And like you said, LaFlower, giving is key. And Maritza, you also hit on giving, that you're big on giving, because I do believe in that law, right? And that the more we give, the more we get back in return.
Awesome. Anybody else want to touch on that? Deandra or Maritza?
I guess I would just say finding your mentor, make sure they love it as much as you do. Whatever subject, whatever you're going after, I've come across people where I thought, they were going to be someone I could really learn from, but they were in it for a different reason. And it wasn't like that pure love that I was looking for. So I would say whoever your mentor is, just make sure that they're doing it because they really love it. And it's like what they're doing 100%, and they're giving their all. So you can really see like how it comes back and what you really need to do to be successful in it. Yeah.
Wow, Deandra, you bring up such a great point, and I know we got to get ready to take our first break, but that is so key. For me, I had this mentor, guys, and she was in it for one thing, I was in it for another thing, because I really wanted to help people. It's like that was the main, like the money was a byproduct of me helping people create experiences and helping them pay their bills more. It was more about helping than the money. One day I was toiling, and I called her and I was just like, hey, I'm struggling here. I'm like, why do you stay in the game? Why do you keep doing this? You could go out and you have degrees. It's like you have more talents, but why do you keep doing this thing? And she said it was the money, and that crushed me. That crushed me, and it crushed it crushed my trust in her leadership, because I'm like, if we're not aligned into doing these things for the same reason, then some of your judgment calls are not going to be the same judgment calls that I'll make, because I'm in it for the people and the experiences to help them and help their children, and you're in it for the money. Mm-hmm. So guys, I know we got to take a quick break. We will be right back. Thank you.
Life is better when you are living on purpose, but many times we get stuck in the rat race and in the mundane task of our day-to-day lives, causing most to lose sight of their purpose. That's why certified life coach, inner healer, and business strategist LaFlower Bowie is here to help you get calibrated to your calling through proven systems, techniques, and resources. Order a copy of her book, Principles to Reposition, to assist you with your journey, or schedule a free clarity session to kickstart the journey. After these sessions, clients have stated they found clarity and opened their eyes to things they had long forgotten. So get social and follow LaFlower on all social media platforms at LaFlower Bowie. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode of Uncommon Faith. Regina and I are rocking here with our sisters for real, Maritza and Deandra. So guys, I definitely want to go ahead and pivot. I know typically we'll do this segment a little bit later, but I want to do it now. Okay, I want to do it now, right? So some of you guys know about our sister check. And the sister check is just a conversation that you would have someone who is close to you, or someone who is in that inner circle, that they know that you have their heart in mind, and that you wouldn't give them any information that would lead them astray. So let's get into it. So I need help. So for any of you guys that are anywhere on social media, most of you guys know who Wendy Williams is, and the talk show host. How you doing? How you doing? Oh yeah, Wendy, that's your hometown. You know all about. You probably ain't seen Wendy down the street.
I've never seen Wendy.
You ain't never been on the show, girl.
No.
How you doing? So, and I'm pretty sure you guys know about Tabitha Brown. And Tabitha Brown, she's amazing. She's blown up over the past couple of years. Amazing. I love her journey because, you know, her blowing up when it comes to this vegan lifestyle, her acting, everything, it came out of a sickness. So that's just such a powerful testimony in itself, how she was praying for one thing, she was journaling about one thing, she was trying to manifest something, but it came through, it still came to pass. It just came to pass through some hurt and pain and trial. So her pain truly produced her purpose. But I'm gonna stop preaching and I'm gonna get focused. So recently, Tabitha made a video about her being able to retire her husband, Chance, from the LAPD. She made him this promise 15 years ago that he would just work for LAPD for about 5 years, and then she would retire him. I was like, okay, that's I didn't try to make, in my mind, I've made commitments like that to Marcus, and I would really like to manifest them and do that, things like that for my husband so that he can be free to do the things that he truly, his gifts and his purpose, right? But so many times our men get bogged down with work and trying to position themselves to be a provider, that sometimes their purpose gets pushed to the background. Sometimes, not everybody, right? And so with Tabitha announcing this, Wendy came on the show, y'all, or Wendy did Hot Topics, and talked about how she forecasted that this marriage will be on the rocks pretty soon. So somebody clicking, who clicking? Gina, that's you clicking? Oh, no. That's the jury knocking against the microphone.
No, it's not.
That's where I've known that sound. I've known it. Oh, there it is. There it is. The devil every time. Hallelujah. So, guys, how do y'all feel about? Have you guys seen the pray back, the clap back, the response video from Tabitha?
Yeah.
So,
I have not.
Okay, Regina. Well, you sit down for a second.
You would have loved it, Gina. It was beautiful.
Sit on down for a second. So I want to hear from Maritza first, and then I'll go over to Deandra. How did you feel about that response, Maritza?
I think Dee Dee should start because she's married longer. I'm a rookie.
No, baby, go ahead. Come on, Maritza.
You got it, sis. You got it.
I mean, y'all know we signed up for this. We're a team, ride or die, right?
Right.
So 10 toes down. So I mean, Flower reminds me of that weekly, right? Weekly. And so I mean, she's put in a lot of investment. They put in it together, faith and prayer between each other, just on the team. God's building this mold. You're together forever, even divorce. It doesn't matter. That bond, it's still there, right? And so she's building that. And so for Wendy to say that, it's just like you just don't know. And Tabitha, I mean, that's them. Yeah, things are just for the camera, but I mean, they pray consistently, and you can't hide anything from God when you're praying before Him. That's a very intimate thing, and so I don't know. Tabitha Brown, yeah, she did that.
I feel you, Ritzy. I feel you, and you're right. It's like it's a different type of thing when you have God in your marriage. Because Wendy said, "I've done that. I've made all the money. I told him to go start these businesses, go do that, and you see where that landed me." So, it's totally different when you have God as a key component in that marriage. So, Deandra, how you feel about the pray back, about Tabitha calling all of Instagram and YouTube and Facebook to this holy prayer to pray for Wendy?
I think it was beautiful, because it's so many people who will cuss you out and put you back in your place. Wendy has offended so many people, and their response to her is always so similar. Wendy, you can catch these hands. Wendy, you can meet me outside. So Wendy then got threatened so many times, but I don't think it's been anybody in such a good headspace where they're like, wait, you must be hurting. You must be in a really bad place. Let me pray for you. Like, let me show you what real love is, and I don't know how long Wendy and her husband were together, but I know Tabitha.
Did you watch the movie, Didi? Did any of y'all watch the movie? Didn't mean to cut you off, Didi, but did y'all watch a movie that she put together?
I haven't. I've been meaning to, and
I will watch it. It's some good ratchet. Lord, it's not ratchet.
How long
it's some good entertainment television. I mean, movie screens. It's entertaining.
How long were they married?
For some long whiles. Because Kevin.
Because my initial comment for Wendy was okay, because Tabitha and her husband seems like that real come up story, how you try so hard and you have all these many different projects and things that you try to do, and then bam, God blesses you and you actually get blessed and you're able to do all the things that you've been praying that you want to do, these nonprofits, these things. I want to try her new seasoning that she got out. I think it's called Sunshine or something like that.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Okay.
Yeah, with McCormick. I love her story.
Come through, McCormick. Come through,
I wanted to say, it seemed like Wendy and her husband, it was all for a different reason, just their marriage and everything that was happening. But I can't say too much because I don't know exactly their story. We just know that he dogged her out at the end of the day.
Well, he dogged her at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, at noonday, at the afternoon of the day, after the day, tomorrow day. And she decided to stay.
I love it. I love that it's finally an example out there of real Black love, of a couple who has really got it out the mud, as they say, and they're really just pouring into each other the way you're supposed to.
Exactly.
And, I loved it. I loved how she responded to her. I loved how it was still, look, sis, you're going through something. Let me help you.
No, she said, I pray. Yeah. Wendy, I pray that love finds you, baby.
Yeah. That was
I pray that love finds you and loves you.
I was just in my office, just
doing a little work. She was in her pajamas, y'all, and one collar sleeve was tucked in, so Tab probably went. She's, her button got pushed. She's like, why am I getting all this? Yeah, baby girl collar was tucked in and everything. It's like, you was really working. All right, Gina. So from what you heard, and you got to go back and watch it.
You got to go watch it, Gina. Yeah.
Because we pray that, So Gina, what do you think just from what you've heard?
I think that it sounds very interesting.
Oh my gosh, you can get up out the corner now. I just told you to sit down for a second. You were trash, man. You're such trash. I can't stand you sometimes. I think that it was wonderful. All right, well, we're going to pivot real quick I think it was wonderful. All right, y'all. So we're going to pivot. So everybody on here is, our status is married, And so how would you suggest to, you give him the finger. You give him the finger. That's what this girl told me. She's like, just give him the finger, baby.
That's the married game, Gina?
Yeah.
Right.
No, we're not doing that. So what advice would you give somebody to keep it spicy? But, with Wendy, one of the things, and if this is correct from the video, is that he really started cheating when she was on bed rest pregnant. Okay. That's when there was, he's like, I ain't had none of the year. What you expect? So, what advice would you give a couple that's busy or, just to keep it spicy? So we know that God got to be a part of this thing. But what advice would you give a couple to keep it spicy? Ritzy, we're going to go to you. No, we'll go to Gina first.
Yeah, because she's been married the longest.
Exactly.
Okay.
Last, Ritzy.
Okay, good.
Okay. Well,
Put the minds up. Put the minds up, girl.
I think that you have to keep it interesting.
I'm about to put her
And
backstage, y'all. Produce.
oh, excuse
Put her in
me.
the timeout.
No, seriously. Obviously, you got to be willing to. I think you should be open to try new things, do different things, and stuff like that. I'm not as open as to. I'm not open for like a menage situation or anything like that. But at the same time, just keep it interesting.
Do toys count as menage? Just asking for a friend.
You need to go sit down in the corner. That's your timeout.
Somebody on here wants to know, y'all. I know.
Well, I think some people actually might feel that way. I think some people actually feel that way based on some other things I've seen, maybe even some other shows on Stunner. But at the end of the day, I think it's each his own. If you open to bringing in some, accessories, then accessorize.
Thank you, Regina. Sister Deandra, what you got on this?
Okay.
Come on, Marilyn.
Okay, toys. I like.
So this is your advice to buy toys?
Oh no, I was just gonna go back. I was gonna start there.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure that you represent your brand properly.
Luckily, I haven't had to tap into the toy world in my bedroom. But I know some people might. So I think that's to each its own, because it could very well take you to where you need to go. I believe my husband said on the last show with you and Marcus.
Sleep naked. That was his advice.
Yeah, that was his advice was to sleep butt-ass naked every night. And you will.
We know Justin gonna do that regardless.
He gonna do that. I think
he gonna do that regardless.
Listen, my husband, Lord. Okay, that's a different show. So, I just know like it's like a treasure hunt every night. If you butt naked, you can just go do.
Diddy, y'all need to go to like a nudist resort for one of your anniversaries. You need to take that boy to the nudist resort, and he will like, baby, this one of the best gifts anybody ever gave. I can be myself.
Listen, all I want to do is lay out in the sun butt naked. But I feel I want like all that vitamin D on me, but it's nowhere like where I can privately do it, where I'm not considered being, and I'm not like a thotty, activity or something, like I'm just trying to be.
Find y'all a resort. I'm gonna find y'all a nudist resort.
Yeah, I need somewhere with like a sun.
Any one of the islands.
Yep.
With like no roof, but walls, but no roof.
Oh no, you're gonna be outside on the beach.
Yeah.
All the elements just out there.
All right, Ritzy, what you got, boo?
Sand in your crack.
Oh Lord, this one.
I don't know. I haven't been married that long, guys. I've been married in this quarantine era.
That's the best.
You really know that boy. You really know it.
And so being clear.
What would you give somebody?
I would say toy. I mean, like, what do you call it?
A swing?
Not swings, but the pillows. Yeah, pillows are good. And then the people say traveling. I mean, we haven't really been able to because of quarantining and COVID, and so. But they say traveling, going to hotels, different hotels. So they just say hotels.
What you mean going to different hotels? What you mean?
Like having sex in a hotel room.
Change it up.
like
you don't care who's next door. Like nobody knows you. They don't know where you from.
I like that. I like that.
So is that the same as like the movie theater, the Mile High Club, and the dressing room at Walmart?
I can't do
this is one at Walmart. No, you can't go from the Mile High
Club. That's public.
From being with Jeremiah with Planes and then being in Walmart. You can't do that.
Hey,
That's
a new place is a new place.
No, ma'am. That's the Walmart is that.
No.
I'm sorry. And I'm not talking to the Walmart people don't come to me.
It's pretty good. They play some good music. If you can catch them on a good song, you might have a good time.
You go to
your Mom, I'm so sorry if you're watching this episode. It's not me. It's the one. It's the little one.
Okay, disclaimer: LaFlower doesn't like Walmart. So if you like Walmart, if you know LaFlower is not a Walmart person.
I go to Walmart.
So she's going to be against anything Walmart. So
no, I'm not. I go to Walmart. Okay.
We know you go, but you're not a fan.
You might go, but we all know you prefer Target.
Correct.
Anywho, this is not going to be a jump on the flower section. Let's pivot. So, my marital advice. Did I already give my advice? I don't think so. There's so much. So, right now I'm about to purchase some wigs. So, because you got to switch it up. And I've had my locks for 3 years now. And I haven't, I think I've put braids in, but I haven't worn, any special characters. And I, role play and keeping it spicy, is very important. So I would say get you some wigs, and do what you got to do. So yeah,
nurses and schoolgirls go over well.
Props, costumes.
Marcus say he can't do schoolgirls. He's like, it messes with his mind. Mine's just like, no schoolgirls. He's like,
no, you're right, because mine is the teacher, not the schoolgirl. It's got to be the teacher. What's her name?
Red Riding Hood.
Didi, I can see you with that.
Miss Trinidad. What y'all know about Miss Trinidad?
Yeah.
All right, y'all something else. So next question to you married women. So what is one thing, like, have you ever saw a woman looking at eyeing your husband while you were out? Like, have you guys ever, because I see it all the time, and I'll be nudging Marcus. I'm like, look at her old ass over there looking at you. I was like, you don't see that? He's like, what you talking about? So have you guys ever experienced that? Like, other women looking at your husband, and how do you react? Who wants to take that one?
I go first.
Okay, Didi. Make it quick.
Okay, I'll be quick. So every time somebody's looking at Justin, when I notice, I instantly look at his ass. Because it's like, do you know what's going on? And is you entertaining this shit? So forgive me. So, I'm just like, if he playing it off, then I'm going to go on and keep playing it off. But if he didn't saw it or locked eyes, then I'm going to have something to say. I'm like, oh, so.
This what we doing?
Oh, so you Mr. Wiggins now? Y'all don't know nothing about that.
Okay, come on.
With the blue jeans, that's what you like, because I ain't got a red shirt, but I could go buy one. So
Okay, Ritzy, what you got? I love it.
I don't know. I guess I don't really notice it. I don't think Cliff does. Cliff don't really notice it either. I've seen maybe at the gym they'll like quickly see him, but he not, Cliff, he ain't paying no mind. Cliff just is in his own lane. But then I tell him, Cliff, you fine today, bro. Like you got but I love me some Cliff. And I will embarrass the hell out of him. So I love Cliff. So I don't care.
You feel embarrassing, Ritzy. What you mean by that?
It's not about PDA. You can't do nothing. You can't grab his booty, nothing. He's from Texas. You know, it's New Yorkers.
No, that's not a Texan thing. That's a Cliff thing.
That's Cliff. It's like, kiss me at the house, kiss me in the car, kiss me in the car. Like, girl, you know I love you. Kiss me in the car.
No PDA.
All right, Gina, what do you do? What do you do?
Well, I'll be honest. Corey is very similar to Cliff in that you just don't have a clue. I'll never forget. We weren't married yet, but we were still in college, and the little girl looked at the front desk, little RA. I was like, you don't see you don't see she checking you out every time you pass. Hi, Corey. Excuse me. You don't see this. And then come Christmas, and she bought him this big old expensive bottle of cologne. And I said, so I'm making this up. I'm still making it up. Oh, well, you might be right. Yes.
So did she not know you existed, Regina?
Oh, no, she absolutely knew I existed. She tried it unsuccessfully.
Oh. Okay. 3 snaps.
That was before Gina caught the spirit, y'all. So she relationship. Disclaimer, y'all. But I agree because I think a lot of faithful men are clueless. Mm-hmm. I'll say that. A lot of faithful, because they not looking to see who looking. They not checking to see who checking because they know they wife is the only one they checking for. But I said, I'll be the first one to tell Marcus. Or if he in his world, let me just see if I still got it. I was like, okay. I'm gonna give you 3 chances to
come on, Martin.
Look, I got
3
one thing.
chances.
Justin gets hit on the most in the drive-thru. Okay, like my husband has received the most free items I have ever seen anybody get in the drive-thru. I mean, women will say, I'll put you some extra fries in there. I upgraded it to a large for you, and then I like pop around the passenger seat like, oh, thank you. Thanks. I'm gonna enjoy that large fry.
That's when you need to pull a Medea. How you doing?
That's where I think that's
where it's
hit on the most is in the drive-thru. Randomly, wow. I don't know where. Even our children have witnessed their daddy get hit on in the drive-thru.
Okay, so let's flip that then. And what about when someone's checking you out? How is the spouse responding, or how do they handle that? Are they actually more attentive now, or are they still in la la land?
Justin plays it really cool. And it's really cute. It's extremely cute how GQ he plays it. He's a Virgo, so he's really cool. He's really calm, because, okay, one story. We was here in Atlanta visiting before we moved to check it out. And one guy literally almost fell off his bike yelling at me like, woo, you so beautiful. And Justin just had this cool little laugh the whole time, like, just
you're like, wait till we get back to the hotel.
And all he said is, what, baby, you are beautiful. That's we just
no, but they say that, but it's noted. They noted, and it's like they file that mess away until a later date when they can bring. Oh, you remember old boy on the bike? That's you remember old boy that bought you lunch? He said, "Oh, you're lunching on now." I was like, "Really?"
Yeah.
It's like, I'm transparent with you. I tell you these things, so you don't have nothing to worry about. Or if something comes up, I see why. Hey, I'm protecting myself. So I'll be like, "Boy, I told you about this man, right?"
Yeah.
Gina and Ritzy, real quick, what y'all got? Ritzy, I know you done been hit on, girl.
No, I mean, they always checking out my booty, but your brother crazy, so you got to say things. But just to pass on by. I'm just passing on by here, and Cliff's like, what? Because Cliff is a little, woo-woo. You gotta say stuff to him in sequence. You gotta be already out of the venue, getting your sandwich, and then be like, it's just a weird vibe in there. And Cliff will be like, yeah, it is weird.
So basically, you bring it up before he has a chance to even say anything.
Who does not notice any of those things? And we ride tough together. Like there's no places we're not going together. And then professionally, that stuff doesn't happen. People will, professionally, people will check out your ring and stuff like that. But I wear mine all the time. And
listen,
disclaimer,
Maritza has a lot of junk in the trunk, y'all. Y'all can't see it right now, but our sister is
she got a dog.
Good over there, okay? So I can see how these men is checking her out. So that's
Richie got all of our booties put together. That's what it is.
All of them. All of it.
All the booties.
All three of us.
Right. And with
that's one cheek. One cheek.
Richie, you got a dunk, baby. You got a dunk. Where? You
gotta work out.
We gotta get ready to get up out of here. But Richie and Deandra, I want to Richie, I know you don't do social a lot. So I guess what's one piece of advice that you would give to a young professional woman out there today?
Well, I'm talking about mentors. Like if you don't have a mentor, just trust that God-given right discernment that who's that person I admire? Do they look like they enjoy their life, right? Are they God-fearing? Yeah. Once you get to really know them, you'll know whether they're God-fearing or not. And then follow that person, work for free. I mean, I know that's not what us millennials do, but you can create a contract. I'm gonna work for free for the summer, but if you like me and September hits, let's talk about what payment would look like. And then network, buy people drinks, go to these things, join your sister's live stream, right? Because what the heck, right? Like follow that gut intuition and God, that's God, right? We call it gut intuition, but that's God. So
yes. I love it. Thanks, Ritzy. Deandra, what piece of advice you got for somebody out there today?
Don't quit. Just keep going through all the fails. Happy, good. Celebrate every single time. Don't wait till it's big. Celebrate every single small moment. It feels so good, and it'll keep you striving for that next moment. Celebrate
every win.
All right, Sister Regina, what you got, boo? As we wrap up.
Hey, all I'm saying is appreciate you guys for coming on. Ritzy, thank you so much you got to come back again so we can talk, or you can give us some legal advice and just kind of guide us in the right direction. Not advice, but just some of her good, direction or something other, share some of that knowledge with us, that type of thing, if that's okay.
Yes. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we definitely love you. We thank you guys for tuning in and for our special guests joining in. We love you. Grace and peace to everyone.
Thank you.
Till next time.